The Federal Reserve just gave every bank in America the green light for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Folks, the floodgates are about to open. Welcome back to Moon Lambo. Hopefully everyone's having an incredible day. Welcome to Monday, the start of the very first full week of January. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not looking forward to it either. But we're going to start right here with this absolute bomb, because this sets up the rest of the video. The Fed. That's right, Jerome Powell, CNBC. This statement he made is going to change absolutely everything. He confirmed that every bank in America can now offer Bitcoin and crypto services. Let that sink in for a second, folks. Every single bank. This isn't speculation. This isn't a rumor floating around Twitter. This is the Federal Reserve Chairman going on record and giving banks the official approval to dive into crypto. And when the Fed gives the green light, guess what happens? Infrastructure follows. Capital follows. Adoption follows. Now, here's what most people are missing. This isn't just about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin gets the headline because it always does. But when banks get approval to offer crypto services, they're not just going to sit there trading Bitcoin on behalf of retail clients. They're going to need infrastructure. They're going to need rails. They're going to need settlement layers that actually work at institutional scale. And that's where XRP comes in. Because here's the reality, folks. Bitcoin doesn't solve the problems banks actually have. It doesn't free up trapped liquidity. It doesn't reduce pre-funding requirements. It doesn't settle cross-border payments in 3 seconds. XRP does. So when Jerome Powell says banks can offer crypto services, what he's really saying is banks can now build the infrastructure they've been testing for years. And if you've been paying attention, you know exactly what infrastructure banks have been testing. Ripple. XRP, the XRP ledger. This is the moment we've been talking about. Not the moment crypto becomes mainstream for retail day traders. The moment crypto becomes mainstream for institutions, for Tier 1 banks, for the entire global financial system. And guess what? The banks aren't going to wait around. They've already been positioning. They've already been testing. And now they have official regulatory approval to move forward. So no, this isn't just bullish for Bitcoin. This is bullish for the entire crypto infrastructure that actually works. And XRP sits right at the center of that infrastructure. If you've been waiting for confirmation that this is real, this is it. The Federal Reserve just gave you that confirmation. The question now is, are you positioned for what comes next? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get into the rest of this, because we are just getting started.
So our role with Bitcoin really is to look at, with crypto, really is to look at the banks. And we think it's, banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks, and it's safe and sound. As a good number of our banks that we regulate and supervise do that. The threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities, and that's because they're so new, and we don't want to make the mistake. If you're making a choice to conduct that activity inside a bank, which is inside the federal safety net with deposit insurance, then you want to be pretty sure that it's a safe and sound activity. So, we're not against innovation, and we certainly don't want to take actions that would cause banks to terminate customers who are perfectly legal.
Now let that sink in for a second, folks. Because we're not talking about some small regional banks or crypto-friendly startups. We're talking about every bank. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, The entire traditional banking system that spent years calling crypto a scam. Guess what? They're all coming. And they're all coming fast. This is no longer speculation. This is official Federal Reserve policy. The guardrails have been removed, and institutional adoption is no longer a question of if. It's now a question of how fast. Which gets us over to this. Speaking of Bank of America, you know, Ripple's partner, here's something that's been flying under the radar. They just ranked number 1 in blockchain patents among all financial institutions. Number 1. Now here's where it gets interesting, folks. Bank of America is a Ripple partner. They've been quietly building blockchain infrastructure behind the scenes, and they're not doing this for fun. They're not doing this because they want to learn about blockchain. They are preparing for something massive. Over 300 blockchain-related patents, more than any other bank on the planet. They're not just dipping their toes in, they are positioning themselves to dominate the next era of finance. And if you've been paying attention to Ripple's partnerships and the way XRP is being integrated into the cross-border payment system, well, you can connect the dots yourself now, can't you? But it gets even better. Just when you thought it was done, it's not. As of today, that's right, as of today, January 6th, Bank of America has officially started allowing its wealth advisors to recommend crypto allocations to their clients. That's right, today it begins. This is huge. We are talking about one of the largest banks in the world telling its financial advisors, yes, you can now put your clients' money into crypto. And they're not alone, folks, because Vanguard, the investment giant, you know, that famously said no thanks to crypto for years. Well, looks like they've turned as well. Don't forget this one, because they've got Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, and Solana ETFs on their platform for their clients too. You see how everyone's coming? All it took was one. That's it. It took one to get this ball rolling downhill. And now this thing is rolling so fast and gaining so much momentum that they are pushing each other over at the front door trying to get in first. Because they know what first mover advantage does. But before we get to that piece, I want to show you this first. That's right. Let's talk about liquidity. Liquidity is what's going to drive this cycle. Liquidity is what's going to give us those crazy numbers we dream about when we are laying in bed at night, looking up at the ceiling, watching that fan go round and round, dreaming about that Lambo, that house. Well, in order to get there, we need liquidity. So let's talk about what's going down this year. President Trump announced a $2,000 minimum tariff dividend payment to every American this year. That's roughly about $500 billion. $500 billion being injected directly into the economy. 100% funded by tariff revenue. Now, I want you to think about what this means. We're going to have $500 billion flowing into the hands of consumers. Where do you think that money is honestly going to go? Savings, investments, and yeah, crypto. I bet you a majority of that money instantly gets dumped into crypto. Now, we've already seen what happened during the last stimulus round, right? Remember? Bitcoin rallied. Ethereum rallied. Retail investors piled into altcoins. Now, I want you to imagine that happening again, but this time it's a little bit different. Why do I say it's a little bit different? Well, because we've got institutional backing. We've got Bitcoin ETFs, XRP ETFs, Solana ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, HBAR ETFs, and we have major banks offering crypto services. So the people last time who wanted to get into crypto but couldn't get into crypto, they can now get into crypto. And Bitcoin went absolutely parabolic last time. So did XRP. Imagine what happens now when they can actually get in. Folks, it's about to get wild out there. It's about to get freaking wild. Now, let's talk about the ETFs here, because these numbers are absolutely staggering. In just 8 weeks, that's it, 2 months, with only 7 ETFs launched, and none of them, well, I won't say none of them, one of them from a major player, we've had over 766 million XRP locked up. That's more than $1.5 billion in total assets under management. 8 weeks. But here's the kicker, folks. Because BlackRock, you know, the world's largest asset manager, they haven't even entered the XRP ETF space yet. Neither has Fidelity, neither has State Street, neither has Vanguard, neither has Goldman Sachs. These are the giants that can move billions, sometimes tens of billions, in a single day. If 766 million XRP got absorbed in 2 months by 7 smaller ETF institutions, companies, whatever we want to call them, what happens when BlackRock files for an XRP ETF? What happens when the institutional demand that's been building behind the scenes finally gets unleashed? Folks, the supply shock is real. XRP has a fixed supply, and institutional buyers are coming with massive, massive balance sheets. BlackRock can't ignore these numbers. They can't ignore the velocity here, and they definitely cannot ignore the fact that Bank of America, Vanguard, and the Federal Reserve itself are opening the doors wide. So here's where we stand. The Fed has green-lit crypto for every bank. Bank of America is the patent king and activating wealth advisors. Vanguard is listing XRP ETFs. Trump's $500 billion stimulus is incoming. And XRP? Well, it's getting absorbed at a pace that even the skeptics can't deny. These pieces are all moving into place. The only question left is, are you positioned for what's coming next? Drop a comment down below with your thoughts. And if you found this valuable, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, because we're tracking every major move in this space, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. I'll see all y'all at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.